In this video, we are going to talk about low intensity steady state cardio, or better known as LISS, and look at the benefits and how to get the most out of it. So LISS is definitely going to be more cardiovascular and it's aerobic activities. So we are going to be using mostly fat for fuel as opposed to high intensity exercise, such as doing Orange Theory, doing CrossFit. A lot of those higher intensity workouts are going to be using carbs as the main source of fuel. So this is really beneficial to understand, and how doing a combination of all of the different modalities, resistance training, high intensity, and LISS, is really going to be beneficial for you. But it's also going to allow you to pair up your nutrition when you're doing whichever type of modality, and that will help you expedite your process, your journey. So in terms of low intensity steady state cardio, although it seems to be a waste of time to most people in the fitness industry, they just want to be pumping the iron all day long. As we get older, it is that much more important to incorporate this lower intensity movement. And with that, you should try to keep your heart rate between 50 and 65% of your max heart rate to reap the hormonal benefits, to reap the benefits of reducing cortisol, reducing visceral fat, which is the metabolically active fat in our body that is between the organs, and not the subcutaneous fat that you can grab a hold of that looks like cellulite. Although we do want to get rid of that type of fat, and that's aesthetically not so pleasing, that is not going to be disruptive to our metabolism in the way that the visceral, the deeper fat is. So one of the most beneficial things you can do is to incorporate walking or other very low intensity steady state cardio options into your weekly routine. And when you're a little bit younger, it's not so necessary. You don't really see the negative side of it as you do as you age. But I do really suggest as you hit 40 and up, you really try to incorporate this lower intensity movement most days of the week, if not all. And so if you can go outside, that's going to be really beneficial. We've discussed that in a way to improve your circadian rhythm, to improve your overall wellness, and especially your stress response improvement, your sleep in the evening. It's going to be really powerful to get outside if you can, early in the morning and throughout the day, and just walk a little bit. It's going to be great for blood sugar. So if you can do that, that's fantastic. If you live in an area where it's just not possible, or you don't have any desire to go outside when it's too hot or too cold, I highly suggest you getting either a treadmill or a piece of cardio equipment in your home. There are walking pads that I highly suggest because it's great for all different types of bodies. If you're dealing with any kind of joint issues, any injuries where you can't do a lot of high impact movement, it's going to be really, really safe and really cushiony. And you don't have to worry about running or incline. It's very, very slow pace. You can watch TV while doing it. A lot of walking pads do fold up and store under couches, and wherever you're trying to stash it, it can be hidden pretty easily. And most of them are on wheels, so you can roll them around. You can just pop it open, plug it in when you're ready to watch TV, or if you're like myself, you want to multitask, you want to check messages on your phone, you want to send messages, you want to even, be checking things on your computer, and you can get a walking desk and have that over your walking pad. So that is a great thing to incorporate. Not only, again, for overall wellness, for reducing cortisol, for just helping overall visceral fat. Burning calories is something that happens throughout the day, okay? With us just sitting here engaging, moving our body, even tapping our feet and rocking our bodies side to side as we're standing. And if you have had a child and you've got that mommy sway still, even though your kids are older and you're not holding them anymore, all of that does add to our daily calorie burn. And so you figure if you can walk throughout the day here and there, even if it's 10 minutes, if you're moving around the house for 10 minutes, if you're walking up and down the stairs for 10 minutes, if you're getting on your walking pad for 10 minutes, or even more so, that's going to add to your calorie burn. So if you are struggling with your weight loss journey and you're really trying to figure out how you can really nail your goals, and if you feel like you really sit a lot and you're not getting as much activity as you would like, then if you think about it in this way, it's very powerful, and I really suggest a walking pad if you have the ability to invest in it, because if you walk at even a 2-mile-an-hour pace for, let's say, 3 hours a day, typically per hour, you're going to be burning anywhere from 150 to 200 calories per hour. So if you're doing that for 3 hours a day, then you can be burning 3,500 calories about each week, which is 1 pound of fat. So typically, you know, if you're moving a lot throughout the day, you're probably very much burning. If you have an active lifestyle, if you have an active job, you're probably, you know, moving enough to balance everything out. But if you are living a sedentary desk job where you're sitting at your desk for hours on end, there is a very negative side to sitting for long periods of time. So even if you don't invest in a walking pad, you don't get outside, then standing up every 30 minutes is absolutely crucial for your wellness journey, okay, for longevity purposes. So typically, you know, most of our watches these days do give us a notification. It's time to stand, it's time to move, and you should really pay attention to that. So I would suggest every single person should be doing minimum 3 days a week of 30 minutes of low intensity, steady state cardio. For myself and for women 40 and up, I highly suggest every single day, 30 minutes or more. And again, this is not the type of cardio where you're not going to be able to carry on a normal conversation. You're going to be sweating, you're going to be huffing and puffing. That is not what we're going for. This is just moving your body. So take this seriously, and I will link the walking pad that I love and the walking desk if you are interested in that. I do have a discount code. Again, I share what I love. You do not have to feel obligated to any of this, but if you do have questions, please let me know. Otherwise, see you in the next video.